so I am back in my Ravenclaw robe today because today I am going to be doing the ultimate Harry Potter tag. So let's get started with the video. So the ultimate Harry Potter tag is a tag where there is 30 different Harry Potter related questions that you answer in a video. So let's get started. So the first question is, what is your favourite book? My favourite book is The Goblet of Fire because I feel like the later on books get kind of scary and The Goblet of Fire is sort of in the middle of being like still fun but also kind of a bit scary, and there's like loads that happens in it and it's one of my favourite books. So next question is, what is my least favourite book? I think my least favourite book is The Order of the Phoenix, mainly just because throughout the whole book Harry's sort of like in this weird kind of mood, and like when you're reading the book you feel like you're in this mood as well. But I love all the books anyway, but that's just my least favourite one. So, next question. My favourite movie. My favourite movie, it's changed a lot over the years, but I think that I've got to say it is The Chamber of Secrets because it's sort of past the first film where they're just getting into it and it's sort of like really into the magical world, and it's not really scary and it's just a fun movie, and that's my favourite one. Next question, what is my least favourite movie? Again, my least favourite movie is the same as my least favourite book, and it is The Order of the Phoenix. I love all the movies, but if I had to pick a least favourite one, it would be that one. So number 5 is, what is your favourite quote? And my favourite quote is from Dumbledore, as most people's favourite quotes are, but it is, "It does not do well to dwell on dreams and forget to live," which basically just reminds you to go after your dreams and not just keep dreaming about them. Next question is, who's your favourite Weasley? And I had to pick kind of the obvious answer for this, and that is Ron. I love all the main characters, but I really love Ron. He's a funny character and he's just my favourite Weasley. Number 7 is, who's your favourite female character? And again, I'm going for a pretty obvious one, but I'm going to go with Hermione because I feel like I kind of relate to Hermione and she's a good role model for people to look up to. I also thought about this question, I also debated between McGonagall and Hermione, but that McGonagall relates to a later question, so I'm going to go with Hermione for this one. Number 8 is, who is your favourite villain? And again, really obvious, Voldemort. He is the epitome of villains. He's terrifying and I don't think you can really get worse than him. Umbridge is a close second, but obviously she's not the same level of evilness as Voldemort. Favourite male character? I'm gonna go with Harry Potter. How can you not love Harry Potter and Harry Potter? I just think he is an awesome character. A lot of the time he doesn't really know what's going on, but I feel like that's what most people would be like in that situation, and he's just an amazing character, and he shows a lot of strength for all the things he goes through throughout like all of the books and films. Now, number 10 is the one that I said relate to one before, and that is, who's your favourite professor? And there were so many to choose from. I found it really hard because I could have gone with Dumbledore, Lupin, Snape, but I decided to go with Professor McGonagall just because she's sort of like a kick-ass teacher and she's pretty awesome, and who could not love McGonagall? Okay, so number 11 is a would you rather question. Would you rather wash Snape's hair or listen to Lockhart rant about himself for a whole day? And I think for this one I had to go with wash Snape's hair because I feel like washing his hair would be over quite quickly, but spending a whole day listening to him go on, I don't think I could actually cope with that. And I used to work in hairdressers, so I feel like I kind of know what I would be doing and it wouldn't be too bad. Number 12 was a would you rather again, and this one is, would you rather Jo an elated Bellatrix or an angry Molly? And for this one I decided to go with an angry Molly because I feel like she'd only be as angry as she was at the end of Deathly Hallows as if she was defending her family, and I would never upset her family, so I don't think she would be as bad if it wasn't something to do with that. Number 13, would you rather travel to Hogwarts on the Hogwarts Express or flying car? Definitely the Hogwarts Express. The flying car sounds kind of cool, but I'm not really that adventurous or brave enough to do that, but I would definitely rather take the train. Would you rather ride a hippogriff or fly a firebolt? Definitely again the firebolt. I like hippogriffs, but I'm kind of scared of birds in real life, so I think it would really freak me out. Maybe cute to like look at and pet, but I would definitely take the firebolt. Number 16 is a character you felt differently about from the movies compared to the book. And this is probably what a lot of people say, but I'm going to say Ginny. I feel like she was so different in the books from the films. In the book she's way more adventurous and sort of out there than she is in the film, and I feel like she's just sort of more reeled back in the films, if that makes sense. But yeah. Number 17, is there a movie you preferred to the book? And for this one, I went with sort of a different one than maybe a lot of people would go with, but I preferred the Philosopher's Stone movie to the book. But this is probably just because I started reading Harry Potter a lot later than most people, and I wasn't really young when I read it. I was about 15 or 16 when I read it, so I couldn't really relate to them as much because I felt like a bit older, but I still love the book and the film. Number 18 is, who did you prefer as Dumbledore, Richard Harris or Michael Gambon? I'm going to say I liked both of them. I think that Richard Harris did an amazing job in the first two, but I don't know if he would have been able to carry on the last films as well as Michael Gambon did, so I think they're both amazing Dumbledores and they bring different things to the roles, but they're both awesome. So number 19 is, what top thing was in the books that you would have loved to have seen in the movie that they didn't include? And for this I decided to go with the Goblet of Fire with all the house elves. They played such a huge part in the book, and they were in the film but not very much, and I feel like it would have been really cool to see more of that, and like Hermione making the hats for the house elves and them in the kitchens. I think they would have been some really nice scenes, but obviously they weren't really necessary to the movie, but they would have been a nice little thing to add in there. Number 20 is, if you could remake any of the movies, what movie would it be? And I said none, because I love all of the movies. Even though they're different from the books, I think that's not a bad thing, and they bring a whole sort of like other aspect to Harry Potter than the books did, so I wouldn't change any of them. Number 21 is, which house was your first gut feeling you belonged in? At first, I sort of liked the look of Gryffindor, but I knew I wouldn't be a Gryffindor, and I sort of felt more like I was a Ravenclaw. And number 22 is, which house were you actually sorted into? And I was sorted into Ravenclaw, which I was very happy about because I felt like that is where I belonged anyway. Number 23 is, what would your favourite class be at Hogwarts? And I decided that I would sort of pick two ones because it's really hard to narrow it down. But mine would be either Defense Against the Dark Arts, which is an awesome class, and it's practical and you get to learn all these really cool skills and how to defend yourself, but also I'm a bit of a wimp, so I don't know if I would actually be in that class. So the other one I picked was History of Magic, because I really like history and I think it would be so cool learning about all the history of all the different wizards, witches and magical places and all that kind of thing. And number 24 is, which spell do you think would be the most useful? And I think Accio would be the most useful, because you could summon anything to where you are, which would be so handy when you need like a TV remote or a phone charger or something. Number 25 is, which character do you think you instantly would become friends with? I put two answers for this again, cheating again, but I think Hermione, because I feel like we sort of have similar personalities and just sort of the way we are, but I feel like we're probably not really social people, so maybe we wouldn't become friends. And the second person I put was Luna, because she is just an awesome character, and I feel like she's quite sort of arty and out there, and I feel like I'm quite arty, so maybe we would like relate on that level. And number 26 is, if you could own one of the Hallows, what would it be? Definitely the Invisibility Cloak. I feel like the Resurrection Stone would make me too sad and depressed. The Elder Wand is too powerful and I wouldn't actually want to have that power, but the Invisibility Cloak would be really handy and pretty awesome. Number 27 is, any aspects of the book you'd want to change? Definitely not. I love all the books. The only thing I would change is maybe have more books related to Harry Potter or the world of Harry Potter. Number 28 is, who's your favourite Marauder? This was kind of hard, but I sort of thought back more to like when they were actually the Marauders, like back in the day, rather than the more modern ones. And I had to say Moony, because I feel like in the short scenes that we heard from them, he was sort of like the nicest character. He didn't really like bully anyone, so that's probably why I prefer him. Number 29 is, if you could bring any character back to life, who would it be? Now this was an extremely hard question because I bring back everyone pretty much, but I sort of thought about it for a while, and rather than bringing them back for myself and so that they're not dead anymore, I decided that I would pick Fred, so that George would not be alone, because I feel like he would probably find it the hardest without him rather than any of the other characters, so that's why I picked him. And the final question is, Hallows or Horcruxes? Obviously Hallows, because Horcruxes you have to kill people. I am not evil, so definitely the Hallows. So that is it for all the questions. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me know what your opinions are on any of these questions down in the comments. Feel free to give the video a like and subscribe if you like the video. So thank you very much for watching everyone, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!